with this guitar, it's a little lower than the other guitar. All right, okay. Well, there's 4 of us. It's always a good starting point. It only goes uphill from here. All right. This first song, I'll start with something just a little bit more traditional. And like all good folk songs, it's mysterious and sad. It's called Hang Me, Oh Hang Me. And nobody knows who wrote it, but if you saw that movie Inside Llewyn Davis, it's featured throughout. And a guy named Dave Van Ronk, who was one of the predecessors to Bob Dylan, does an incredible job. Here it goes. Hang me, oh, hang me, and I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, oh, hang me, I'll be dead and gone. I wouldn't mind the hanging, but the laying in the grave is so long. I've been all around this world, been all around Cape Girardeau, parts of Arkansas, been all around Cape Girardeau, parts of Arkansas. I got so goddamn hungry I could hide behind a straw. I've been all around this world. Went upon the mountain, there I made my stand. Went upon the mountain, there I made my stand. A rifle on my shoulder and a dagger in my hand. I've been all around this world. So hang me, and I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, oh hang me, I'll be dead and gone. I wouldn't mind the hanging, but the laying in the grave so long. I've been all around this world. So put the rope around my neck, hung me up so high. Put the rope around my neck, last words I heard him say, won't be long now before you die. I've been all around this world, so hang me, and I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, oh hang me, I'll be dead and gone. I wouldn't mind the hanging, but the laying in the grave so long. I've been all around this world. There you go. It's called Hang Me, Oh Hang Me. Yeah, I released my own version of that about 8 months ago. This next song is a song that I wrote, and it's inspired by one of my favorite authors and poets, Virginia Woolf, and her tragic end. It's called Virginia. And I'll be releasing this in about 2 months, more or less, so you can find it on Spotify. Dom, can I get a little bit more acoustic guitar? Pockets to carry, stones to weight, and water to bury, and waves to beat the heart of a woman down, down, away from the eyesores of brick and street, down slope the hills towards veiny creeks, and only the birds to watch the bleak as she waits, then sings, sings, oh my hand, Virginia, the fire in my belly won't die, won't die. Hold my hand, Mrs. Wolf, you always had the words. Now and you're long gone. Yes, I am wired to sing your song, for the ink is not dry and your prose not moot, and the river flows on, on. Oh, my hand, Virginia, the fire in my belly won't die, won't die. Hold my hand, Mrs. Wolf. You always had the words. Hold my hand, Virginia. The fire in my belly won't die, won't die. Hold my hand, Mrs. Wolf. You always had the words. Thank you. All right, this next song will be a little bit happier. At least it will feel happier. I wrote this, this is the first, I just moved to the Geneva area, as some of you know. And this was one of the first songs I wrote after landing, because we spent a lot of money in a short period of time, and my wife kind of freaked out. That's my wife over there. So I kind of wrote this song to cope for myself. And it requires no harmonica. So here it goes. Here we go. Burning money, you don't feel very good. It rarely should, but just this once I think we'll be alright. We'll go 10 years back in time. It'll be alright. Funny how our world turned upside down for a wedding gown. Now we're facing fears left and right, holding on so damn tight, and I'd do it all again. Not knowing which way to turn, that's the best time to learn that all our mistakes. They aren't mistakes when I'm with you. In the middle of the night, it's my favorite time, my favorite time. We'll swim 10 years back in our mind. Forget about the grind. Who's wrong, who's right? Growing old with my love, it ain't a chore, and I want no more other than to pull your hips close to mine. Dancing in twilight, and I'd do it all again. Not knowing which way to turn, that's the best time to learn that all our mistakes, they aren't mistakes when I'm with you. She's right over there. You can shake her hand after the show. All right. This song is one I perform. I have like a couple iterations of this project in the U.S. I have a band on the East Coast and a band on the West Coast. It's all the music that I write, but they do really interesting things to the music. So my East Coast iteration helped kind of develop this song, and so I recently started playing it solo, and it takes on a new life. It's called Buy a Beer to Plant a Tree. It's unreleased, and it was inspired by, I used to be a bartender in Washington, D.C., and there was a guy who was like trying to sell us bourbon, and he was like, listen, it's a great deal. You buy a bottle, and our company will plant a tree. And I thought that was just like the cheapest, like you couldn't buy plant two trees with your bottle of whiskey money. So I thought it was kind of this like bizarro, like it seems good for the world on its surface, but it actually was like just a cheap marketing stunt. And so yes, exactly, greenwashing. And so I wrote this song, and because I didn't want to get him in trouble, I called it Buy a Beer to Plant a Tree, so nobody can find out that it was whiskey. Buy a beer to plant a tree, to screw the world, to help you feel you're more than just a blight, a waste. You do things good. And the kettle cries her old refrain, her ancient verse to summon man. Her teacup steams and her rosebush winks, old lang syne. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, jousting on the podium, fighting for the title, who can breed more fear. And the wise man turned and tucked his tail, laughing down the wooded trail, siding with the dead to come, que sera. Took my sister by the hand, asked to help me understand. She promptly spat upon my shoe, said, "Leave me out." So I wandered through the markets, yes, I wandered through the trees, and I wondered if the wandering is all we need. So I bought a beer to plant a tree, to screw the world, to help me feel more than just a blight, a waste. I do things good. And the kettle cries her old refrain, her ancient verse to summon man. Her teacup steams and her rose bush winks. Old Lang Syne. Guys feeling? Do you want something more happy or sad? Alright, then it's gonna be sad. No, I'll do one happy song. I'll do one. I got one. Well, it's gonna feel happy. It's kind of nostalgic. Another song inspired by my wife's. This is more your childhood, and my father-in-law is standing in the room too. Dan, you would remember the swallows. I think there were swallows that attacked the children in Davis, California. When they grew up, they had birds that would attack the kids whenever they played outside. So they had to wear helmets when they played outside, so the birds wouldn't attack. And so it kind of inspired this song. Just the first line, and then it gets all weepy. But it's called Sally Jane, after her next door neighbor. Swooping swallows, helmets on, don't forget to run. Finger painting caterpillars shading from the sun. Too many grown-ups killing all the fun. Run into the backyard woods never to be found. And all my life I have known Sally Jane. Sally Jane, Sally Jane, don't go. And every day we went to school, and I long for frolicking with her. And every Sunday fled the church, lest you found yourself a bended knee. And all my life I have known Sally Jane, Sally Jane, Sally Jane, don't go. And the summers passed, and I withdrew. You were too cool for me. And I left home, and you stayed put. And the woods unlooked, and the birds still swooped, and the grown-ups remain none the wiser. Oh, swooping swallows' helmets on, don't forget to run. Finger painting caterpillars shading from the sun. Too many grown-ups killing all the fun. Running to the backyard woods never to be found. And all my life I have known Sally Jane, Sally Jane, Sally Jane, don't go. Thanks, guys. It's really nice to play in such an intimate environment. I love playing small venues. The smaller, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Not so much my manager, but I'm just kidding. I don't have a manager. I fired him. All right. I'll do another song that I wrote recently. So obviously unreleased. I wrote it 2 nights ago. I just have to remember how it goes. There we go. Old habits die hard. Let down your guard. Big meta, tick-tock, YouTube reels stick out my heart. All I know is I can't tell songs apart no more. Everyone's so different, they all look the same. Big records, watch me churn out authenticity. I'll carve out my own heart, then I'll finally get my start. All I know is I can't tell me apart from anyone. More content, something will give. I don't want nothing, I just want to live with my heart by my heart that's bleeding all over the ground. Old habits die hard. Let down your guard. Thanks. All right, how much time do we got, Dom? What time is it? 10 minutes. 2 songs. Well, we have a hard cut because there's it's a live stream, so it's non-negotiable. All right, let's do I'll do another sweet one inspired by my wife, and then I'll end with a dark, mischievous tune. All the ways from California, Massachusetts too. We were upside down, Rosie ran round, and I heard her sound the dinner bell. Too late for talking, too old for thinking, too tired for blinking, too bad. We ran out of wood, so dark quiet could find us through the fire cracks. She tried going with the wind, tried calling out to kin, tried strutting with her chin held high. The way that can't be named is one and the same with the dirty politician's game, she cried, slipping out my grasp again. Sun-beaten moon, seasoned hands shake. First hand ticked for the second talked for an hour, on-looked the window, flowers in time. As third raced for the second, the clock tower beckoned, and the window flowers kept on looking on. The sundial sought permission from the unlikely woman who was twirling out the door. To be wound just like the clock, every item in its spot, order well earned and hard fought. For she chirps by the hour, morning bird, night owl, musters all her power to sing. She's the clock, don't she know it? Every pen stroke, every moment, delivering or missing her lines. And the cats in the yard meow for the ritual reward as the clocky woman cracks the sill. I feel for her sins, and I relish in her grins, and the time it takes to embrace her again. Oh, slipping out my grasp again, sun-beaten moon, seasoned hands shake. And my final act of the evening is I'll use this other guitar. It's been eyeing you the whole night. The song is called The Enemy. And I wrote it and kind of inspired by our times and how it feels that, you know, sometimes it feels like there's a great evil enemy out there that is worth fighting, and it's a noble thing. You're on the side of good and they're on the side of evil, and it's cut and dry, which sometimes it's true, and then other times it's not true and it's in your head. You've told yourself, or the people, the subjects of this song tell themselves that there's an enemy, and there really isn't one, and it's hard to know. It's very difficult to know. So this song is kind of, I don't know which enemy the song is about. And Dom, can we turn up the volume on this one? If I can find which harmonic it is. That's the one. I once knew the enemy were all around. I told them I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I said out loud, the enemy were all around. Why not call a spade a spade? A spade, a spade, they made no sound. I'm not afraid. I said out loud, the enemy were all around. I dug deep. I built my home trenched in the ground. A spade, they made no sound. I'm not afraid. I said out loud, the enemy were all around. I found friends, they set me right against this town. I built my home, trenched in the ground. A spade, they made no sound. I'm not afraid. I said out loud, the enemy were all around. I once knew the enemy were all around. I found friends against this town. I built my home, trenched in the ground. A spade, they made no sound. I'm not afraid, I said out loud. The enemy were all around. Thank you. My name is Eli Waltz. I just moved to Geneva, so I'm playing a lot more around here. That song is on the vinyl outside. I just released it, so thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you. And drink some beer. Support this business. This is the coolest venue I've been to in a long time. Cheers. Thank you, Dom. Appreciate it. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.